Hello friends and welcome to Zonadiscgolf. Okay, we have a new Spanish disc golf course, a very special one, the Complutense Disc Golf course. It's a new 18-hole courses that is recently built in Madrid, the capital of Spain. And we have with us Robert Abel. Robert, how are you doing?
Howdy, thank you, Calixto. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, we see the Paul Macbeth Foundation, PDGA Europe and Latitude 64 have been a key factor on having this course in Madrid.
Yes, absolutely. Those are the sponsors, the Paul Macbeth Foundation is the project manager, and sourced those relationships and brought those partnerships in to make this first course possible.
This is a public park in Madrid, so I guess that it's a course that is designed for catching new players, no?
Yeah, this is definitely a super beginner-friendly course. Most of the holes are around 50 meters or so, and it wraps around this corner section of the Complutense University property. This was an underutilized piece of property, and we approached them saying, hey, we have a solution.
And here we have the course of the map of the course, which is 18 holes, 1,166 meters. So it's a very fun and friendly course in the center of Madrid.
Yeah, as you said, it's centrally located. It's right off the circular gray line, so it's right off the metro.
Okay, so here is hole number 1, 49 meters. The first 3 holes are like a warm-up, beginner-friendly area, no? This is
Yeah, it just kind of gives them a real gentle approach into the sport. They look really easy right now because it's early spring, so all these trees don't have leaves yet. But once these trees flesh out, these first 3 holes will get a lot harder. That's for sure.
That's great. Okay, hole number 2, 53 meters. Okay, another opportunity to go for birdie. This is a good beginning.
Yeah, once these trees flush out, this wind will be a little tighter. It's definitely one of the most aceable holes out here, but the green does give you some trouble with the slope. Everyone's going to try to ace run this, so if you go long on this, then you've got kind of a touchy putt coming back. So the nice thing about this hole too, you can see the gal walking there along the trail. There's a ton of visibility on these first 3 holes, and so normally when you're playing these first 3 holes, people are just standing there watching you, wondering what are you doing. So it's great visibility for the sport.
That's great. Hole number 3, 59 meters, a bit longer, and the gap is a little bit narrow. This begins to be a bit more challenging.
Yeah. So this is just a gentle, pretty clean tunnel shot down. You got OB right on that fence, so the tree kicks can come into play pretty quick. You do have that fence behind the basket, but there is an opening in the fence below, right behind the basket, so you can slip OB if you run this thing. But it's a very fun tunnel shot, downhill shot, the only one like it on the course.
And a great area, 1, 2, 3, to even let the kids go round and round, introducing to disc golf. Okay, hole number 4. This is a serious one, 74 meters and a severe uphill.
Yeah, it's quite an incline right, uphill to the right, and to the right of this hole is an old bunker from the Civil War. The Civil War was actually fought part of the battles were fought here, and I think that's what some of this terracing comes from. So we play up these terraces up to this protected basket here. Once these trees grow back, they had a forest fire here 2 years ago, and so a lot of the mature trees were lost. So this stuff's fighting to come back.
Okay, hole number 5, par 3, 49 meters, another severe uphill, but this one is easily reachable.
Yeah, so this is kind of the most birdieable hole back in this stretch. It is quite steep, and once again, as these trees mature out, this tree in front of the basket will definitely make this hole a little more difficult, and the greens will speed up a little bit. But for a beginner course, it's great for someone to learn how to throw uphill. Good hole to learn how to throw a tomahawk or a thumber, or really turn over backhands.
And everything that goes up has to go down. What a fun hole.
Yeah, so this is hole 6. This one, you got the path that crosses it, but it's super visible and safe. And it's actually a lot more downhill than the film leads you to believe. But here you're just throwing a real stable putter like a harp or a super slow, stable mid-range to get down this window on the right to come in, or you can do a backhand turnover with a putter down the left side and come in. And these trees, once these leaves flush out, this is a beautiful hole. It's one of the signature holes on the course.
That's great. We see a lot of work that you have done for retrieving this area. You mentioned that it was a degraded area and it suffered some fire. So there's been some heavy work involved here. No?
Yeah, especially through here, as I said, after the blizzard 2 years ago, a pyro set this forest on fire, and they lost about 100 trees through here. So part of putting the course in was they had a forestry group come out and remove all the dead trees, and then in went the disc golf course to kind of reclaim use of the property. And that's what gave us this beautiful hole 7. Another kind of elevated slope here. It's a trickier hole than it looks. This is the hardest hole on the course. It's got a Mando right. Doesn't necessarily come into play too much. It's just to make sure you don't throw over the parking lot. But you just got to get up through this window, and with a high-speed driver, really you just want to get through these uprights. And as the disc slows down, you're trying to skip to the left about 20 meters to get up nestled to that basket. And as you can see above it here, we've got the BMX guys that have been out here building jumps. So we built the course in around these guys, and we're sharing this space.
Yeah, I even used it myself when I was a kid.
Those
jumps have been for a lot of years. Yeah, I guarantee you. This is a lovely hole, and it's probably the hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, statistically. And then, this little guy, we had to squeeze him in. It's a pretty tight property, which, really helped lead towards making a beginner-friendly course. But this is a fun shot. I mean, it just looks like a pretty standard hyzer shot, but you got to either come in below this big, tall pine tree on the right or just in front of it and get up to it. A lot of people find themselves outside the circle, even on this short throw. And it's such a fast green coming in, trying to get the disc to sit.
And the slope helps the disc to keep far away on the left, so it's not easy peasy,
Yes. I'm sure you had some good putts on that one.
Okay, here we're seeing images of the last Open de Madrid 2023, which was the inaugural Open here in the course. Tell us what happened here in Madrid.
Yeah. So this is the Open Madrid was the first Open in Madrid, the first tournament on this permanent course, and we had guests. Patrick, for example, here with guests driving from Portugal and some other guests from around Spain to come be part of the special event. These are the guys finishing their playoff here for the MA50 playoff for the winner. But just a great community of people just sharing the love of the sport and just really appreciating this permanent course that the Paul Macbeth Foundation, PDGA Europe, and Latitude 64 helped us get.
Okay. Here we see the shop. You're in front of Madrid Golf. And here, Jorge, the president of the Madrid International Disc Golf Course, is thanking the sponsors, PDGA Europe, Latitude 64, Paul Macbeth Foundation, and all the people that have attended this course. And it was a really, really, really good day to start on the best way possible. Okay, let's go hole number 10. This is my preferred hole. I feel like I am in Norway.
Yeah, I mean, when I was designing this course, walking this property, when I looked just stood right there, I said, this has to be a hole. And like you said, you don't feel like you're in Madrid. You don't even feel like you're in Spain for a minute. It's just these beautiful pines, lush green grass, even most of the year round. And, it's just a turnover putter shot, or a lot of people just like to get in there with a Firebird, just a stable forehand shot. But it's one of the few holes that's tough to reach, and it really, really challenges your putting to try to get that birdie.
Yeah, really beautiful hole. Well, that big antenna, this is the Spanish forecast service I met, so don't hit that antenna.
Yeah, so this hole we added at the end. The BMS guys were expanding, so we just decided to pull a hole, and this was one spot we wanted to put one, and it's beautiful. And We line the tee pad up where, your aiming point is right at that satellite dish, which kind of looks kind of cool. And so you're kind of throwing right at the E of a Met, and you just kind of want to drift in here and get your birdie and get off. But it's one of the few holes where you've actually got those bushes in the fairway, which is a natural bunker to clear. And it's just a nice mix. It just fit in.
We have seen on the video some people playing around and people on their bikes. How is people receiving disc golf that was not known in Madrid?
I mean, people are fascinated by it. They're like, what is this? What are you guys doing? This looks fun. We've been amazed at the amount of elderly people that are walking in the community that are interested and they're starting to play, as well as the normal age groups and kids. So just people of all ages are interested in wanting to play, and they see this course and they see that it's something they can do and they can have fun and actually get a couple birdies their first time out, which is what the goal was.
We are absolutely excited to see the Madrid disc golf scene grow like a rocket.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. And with it being on the university course, university property, and super accessible to the metro. I mean, this is within Zone A. People can get to it. Back there, you saw hole 12, just a short tunnel shot elevated. This is 13. It's actually one of the hardest holes. This is really shaped up for a right-hand, forehand flex shot. And it looks like it's right there, but it's a tight tee shot and one of the most difficult greens for us as far as ground play.
And we saw Manuel Almeida, acing it.
Manu aced it, yeah. It was one of those aces. It was going to be a 1 or a 4.
I was a witness, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, that was so great. But yeah, there's a lot of undulation here on this green. And on a short courses like this, where you feel like you're supposed to birdie everything, you get a lot of pressure when you're trying to make that birdie putt.
That's right. Hole number 14, from one of the hardest to maybe one of the easiest. This is a great opportunity to...
Yeah, this one's straightforward. The beginners here, this is the first time they're exposed to the wind in a little bit. And then you've got that pretty intimidating metal fence with a barbed wire on the left. So as long as you can keep calm and do what you think you're supposed to do, this is definitely one of the easiest holes. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's definitely right there to get.
Okay, let's go to hole number 15. Let's go downhill again. You have to measure not going too high, so you will fade too hard to the left.
Yeah, so that's the trick of this hole. It's actually got one of the best vantage points. You kind of see the city sky, not the skyline, but the horizon out there. A lot of people, when they look at this, they forget to throw downhill. So the shot here is actually throw low. You want to kind of be just above this bush or far out to the right. A lot of people throw this and land left of those bicycle trails. And you've kind of got a nice updraft wind that comes through here that it's tricky. So, yeah, this hole, it's interesting. Most people are short left or long right.
It's hard to nail, yeah. There are opportunities for everyone.
Yeah, the design on this course is to try to get every type of disc golf shot squeezed into this beginner course just to help people learn the different options.
Hole 16, maybe the longest one on the course.
Yeah, this got to be one of the longest ones. That tree right there in front of you is not necessarily in the way, but it's totally in your head. But it's a fun shot. You just rip one out, let it ride. This shot, someone told me the other day, and they were right. This shot's more about setting the disc on the right glide angle and letting the disc glide there than it is about getting it there with muscle. This is quite a technical shot to park it.
We're seeing the university facilities. How is the relationship with the university? It's like a big potential source of players, no?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're all right there. These are dorms over here to the right in the background. So there's kids living right there watching us play. And, at this point, the baskets had only been in the ground for 3 weeks. The tee signs had only been up for 10 days. So, we're excited about getting the college community interested and starting to play with us. And we'll be teaching them and getting them organized. Then this is 17. You can see there's about 6 pine trees that have been planted. So this hole will change drastically once these trees flush out. This is that section where the fire was pretty bad. So Yeah.
It's a good example of how disc golf can help to recover.
Absolutely, and then you got hole 18 here. These are gardens off to the right that are non-permitted that people have. They grow their vegetables and stuff, and so we squeeze this hole over here to the left of them a little bit, and we coexist just fine. And you can see up there in the back, that dark spot above the basket to the left is one of the bunker from the war. And part of this disc golf course coming in to clean this up, there was a homeless camp up above 4, and there was a homeless camp on hole 3. And, because the park was unutilized. So the disc golf course did really help clean this park up and just made it an enjoyable place for the community to come and play.
Robert, we want to thank you for your personal involvement on this project.
Absolutely.
And all Madrid International Disc Golf Club. And we are so happy to have the first permanent course in Madrid.
Thanks, Ian. I really appreciate your time, Calixto. And man, it's just really beautiful to see these shots. This is the first time I've seen this aerial footage, and it's really impressive. And you can see the fire damage on these trees. They're still trying to bounce back, but this is a course that'll grow with people, grow in maturity, and just grow with beauty. And it's excellent.
See you all in Madrid playing disc golf. Thank you, Robert. See ya.
Bye.